following podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Remember, the first rule of gambling responsibly is to bet with your head and not over it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cousin Vito's Casino Podcast proudly presents your guide to enjoying gambling. And now, direct from the bar, your cousin and mine, Cousin Vito!
Welcome everybody to Cousin Vito's Casino Podcast, your guide to enjoying gambling. I'm your host, Cousin Vito, and together we're going to make luck happen at the casino. Thank you for checking out episode number 132, and I'd like to welcome back my buddy, my pal, my cousin Mikey.
Hey, good to be back, Vito.
Mikey, it is great to have you back on the show after a nice long weekend of poker. We had a good time. We played some craps, and I think we got a great show today.
Yeah, it sounds like running by it in the green room, I guess. You really made it sound action-packed.
Oh, yeah, we are action-packed. Not only do we have our Fargo trip report, we have the ups and downs of a no-limit hold'em tournament. Chris from the Art in the Game podcast was there. There was a lot more people there that we're going to talk about. We played craps. We went out to dinner. We played the slot machines. We have a really fun Mohegan Sun trip report. And, if you like gambling stories, these will be fun, I think.
Yeah, I think it was a good experience.
Yeah, at least a 5 out of 10. But that isn't all, Mike. The NFL season is marching on, and Cousin Vito's Eliminator Challenge on ESPN here. We're down to like the final 15 or 16, Mike.
Wow.
So we're going to make some pigskin picks. We're going to look at the field remaining. We got some heavy hitters in there. We have some unknown. So, I'm waiting with bated breath to see who the winnings are going to.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It looks to be 80 plus.
Mm-hmm. Any Patreon subscribers still in?
I don't even know, Mike.
Okay.
I really haven't. I'm figuring we got time in the pick 'em. I'm procrastinating. I figure by the end I'll know who has what, once we get down to the very end.
Yeah, because that's what, double the jackpot or triple?
It could be double or triple depending on your tier, Mike.
Wow. That's a great offer.
Thank you. I forgot about that. Yeah, patreon.com/Cousin Vito. Not a lot's happening, but it helps put the show on. It makes it, a little fun to do. And it's a private side forum. Sometimes we have some exciting stuff happen. But that isn't all, Mike. I have Thanks Gambling news. You know Thanks Gambling. 11/9, November 9th, MGM Springfield. We got a little birthday celebration happening for me, and we got a big slot pull, and our pal Chris from Martin the Game is putting on a big event for us, so we're going to be talking about that after all that.
Yeah, a Springfield local he is, right, Chris?
Yeah, you got to meet Chris, actually, so we're going to talk about it in the Fargo thing, but Chris was pretty cool, right? Yeah, he has a great voice, and his verbiage is entertaining. I got to say, I was kind of jealous of how articulate he was.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Very articulate,
I'm
person.
excited.
Eloquent. He's very eloquent.
Yeah, he's going to be running that Thanks Gambling, so it'll be interesting to see.
You're coming up, right? You got to come up now. We're all friends.
I'll be up.
And is Joey Bones coming up?
He should be.
All right, we'll get it. We're going to meet Joey Bones. We'll meet Joey Bones in 2 seconds because, Mike, we got a trip report, right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Trip reports. Yeah.
All right, Mike. We had a great trip to Mohegan Sun together, right?
Yeah, it's a great time.
We went up for the FARGO Poker Tournament, No Limit Hold'em, Saturday. It was last Saturday. I don't even remember the date now. October 19th.
Wow, yeah.
So, first of all, Mike, the poker tournament. You did the quiz in the show. You did pretty good in the quiz. People seem to really like this quiz. We might have to quiz you more often. I think that might be the show, to be honest with you.
I didn't know.
Mikey stumbles through gambling quizzes. That's one of our most popular segments is when we do quizzes. So
I had our friend Drew that we were with. He asked me a couple craps questions about hopping the numbers and stuff. I was like, I don't know.
Okay, no. God. Well, that's the whole point. We're all here learning together. And, sometimes you learn something and it pops right out of your brain and you got to remember it. So we'll see. Sometimes that happens to me, too. All right. So we started the day together at poker. Mike, you went there early for the breakfast. We got a lot to talk about, though. You went to breakfast. We had poker. You played craps. You had sushi that day. We won at the slot machines. But it all started for you that morning.
Yeah. So I went to bed a little extra early. I wanted to be fresh for the day. I got in the car about 6:30 or about 7:30 actually. I woke up at about 6:30.
You got the coffee. The sun's coming up. What'd you listen to? Some sort of music or sports talk?
Yeah, I listened to some sports talk, and then I switched to music.
To get in the zone.
Mostly my Italian cooking channel on Sirius.
That's your new thing.
Yeah. It plays a blend of Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra.
I thought they were talking about recipes.
Oh no!
And then you throw in 2 eggs.
It's the station on
and
Sirius.
a powdered sugar on top. That's what I was like, wow, that's it. What a hobby.
No, it's a good station. They play a lot of the old hits. So I got there. I met them at the breakfast, 8:45. They wanted to do a check-in, and I got my badge and stuff.
I missed it.
We went in. Seasons buffet never disappoints. Always a great spread. I had salmon and lox, and I guess the same thing. With the capers, bagel, everything. I mean,
you went to town. Had some more coffee.
The beautiful thing about that is any type of breakfast you want to have, that's where you can have it. So
you make all your dreams come true. I like to call it.
They had a peach-filled French toast. It was really good.
Look at that. Did you have some?
Yeah, I had a lot.
Oh, of course, a lot of it. Yeah. You looked full when I saw you.
Yeah. So I left. I just ate and I left because I was by myself. So I sat.
Sorry about that. Uncle Ron kind of pulled my pickup time back, Mike.
Yeah,
I was trying to leave Providence by 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
He was running a little late, and then he contacted Tracy to see what time the thing started, and she said she was saying noon we had to be there, but she was saying that's when late registration ends is noon. So the latest you can be there is noon without not being able to play is what she was saying.
Yeah.
So when me and Uncle Ron were talking late at night, he was like, oh, well, we don't have to be there till noon, so pick me up at 10. And I was like, no, that's not what... I was like, look, it starts at 11. And then we didn't talk again for the rest of the night. I went silent. So the morning was a mystery. I didn't know what was happening. I was in the car at 8:30 driving around, though. I got coffee myself.
That's terrible.
I drove around Providence, yeah.
That's horrible.
So, yeah. It was a nice drive. Providence, it wasn't much traffic, so I had a nice little scenic ride. Not really scenic, but I had a nice little ride around in the morning with my coffee.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Not so bad.
Yeah, so, well, I said, what the heck, nobody was around. I left breakfast, and I went over to a $5 craps table. That
I said, what the hey? I was like, let me scoff down this peach-filled French toast. Let me go toss some money down.
What the hey? So,
a lot of $5 tables, I got to say.
Yeah, even through the afternoon.
Through late Saturday night, there was $5 tables.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
And Dane Cook was there that night. Maybe his popularity went down.
I guess that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe he's not as popular anymore. I don't know if it's the casino atmosphere's hurting or it's just that he's not that popular.
Yeah, I don't know. But I went to the craps table like across from the Bobby's Burger. Or
like
the hash house.
Yeah, by the hash house, by the Pepe's Pizza area over there.
Yeah.
So all right, so you're getting some. You got a little breakfast in your stomach. You got the breakfast smell coming from the hash house. You're hanging over the $5 craps table. Just you?
Just me. Just you? It was a kind of a busy table. I was able to squeeze on and caught it at the right time. I actually had. I was only doing a $5 pass line, but I had max odds behind, so 25, and then also I had the hard 4, and he hit it. So I had a nice little hit there. I doubled up. I walked away, figuring, okay, let me stop here, and I'm waiting for my buddy Joe to text me and tell me that he's there. So I step away, and you still get the itch, and I wait 5 minutes. I do a little walk around. I'm still
casino stroll. You walked away a winner.
Yeah, I walked away a winner.
All right, very smart. I like that. All right, good start.
So up a hundy, but I still got a little itch, so I didn't hear from Joe for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, where's Joe?
I said, let me just sit at a blackjack table.
Hey, now he's sitting down. He's getting comfortable. This is all before the 11 a.m. poker. I was there like 10:30. You were there.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You ate breakfast. You really scoffed the breakfast down there.
It was about a 20-minute breakfast.
Quick in and out. Bang, boom.
Get out. Yeah.
Here's the tab. I'm gone.
Well, it's kind of, I didn't know.
You wanted to play, though.
I didn't know the people at my table, and it was, it was a quiet table.
So
I just...
went to the craps table instead of the buffet table. All right, so you're good. So you sit down for some blackjack. What was it? $10 table.
15.
15? Not bad. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So
And you're up 100.
Yeah, I usually like playing 15 anyways, but yeah, so I ended up hitting a bunch of consecutive hands, and I was only there maybe 10 minutes, and then I get the text from Joe saying I'm here, so I just cashed out up another $45 on the 100, so I'm actually almost 150 up going into the craps tournament.
Okay, so when I saw you at Fargo, you were in a good place.
Yeah, up 145 at
so
the.
that was more than you're buying for the. So your tournament was comped basically.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, so that's actually really a great start for you then.
Yeah. So no matter win or lose, I'm.
You're leaving the poker. Yeah, you're leaving the poker tournament even. That's like you placed.
Yeah. So it was a good feeling.
A lot less work too than the poker tournament.
I know, my God. So then I met up with you. So I'll let you take over from how you arrived.
Well, I got you may or may not believe this. I actually got lost in Mohegan Sun, Mike.
Wow.
You know what? I knew they moved the poker room, but I haven't been there since they moved it. So when I came in from the garage, I was looking for where the old poker room was, and they put up a wall.
Yeah.
But it really blended in. Like, I didn't notice. Like, I walked around there. I was like, where? What? I was like, you know what I mean? There was that whole bar area, that little circle bar. I couldn't find anything unless I was blind, but it was gone.
Yeah. Wow.
So I had to ask for help. I was like, where? Well, I went to the thing. I was like, where the hell did the poker room go? And they said, oh, it's over on the other side. You got to go to the Land of the Lost, whatever. I don't know. I forgot the name of the hall, but it's
by the Lost something.
Yeah, it's by the Bow and Arrow Sports Bar. So not a bad location.
Yeah.
And it makes that a casino of the earth over there pretty cool too, because you got the poker room right there.
Yeah, that is cool.
I kind of like that. I didn't hate the new location.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as cool being by that waterfall they used to have, but very cool. All right, so there we go. We got our coordinates. We had our breakfast. We made it there. So Mike, we weren't at the same table, unfortunately. I would love to start at the same table with you.
I know it would have been nice, but it didn't work out. We were one table away.
I know. Well, yeah, and the way we're positioned, we weren't like really within talking distance either. So
my back was turned to you the way I was positioned.
Two totally separate experiences. So I was sat with your buddy Joe.
Yeah,
Joey Bones. He was there. Fargo. I guess I don't know what they are. Fargo member. This guy Lenny was there. The guy with the gray hair. I don't know if you know him. The Yankees fan. He's hilarious every year.
Yeah.
So we talked about him one year when he was heckling the don't player. So I had a couple people I kind of knew at the table. And I'm going to let you get into what you got into because you didn't have the longevity as everyone. But your buddy Joe, Mike, he got in real deep early. Now, I'm not going to talk about a lot of hands. We're only going to talk about a handful of hands. But this was a hand at the table that, because I knew, I knew Joe. And I was like, hopefully, I hope he has a fun time. I want everyone to have fun. So, and I also want to mention Chris from Martin. The game was there, too. So we're going to get more into Chris, too, in a little bit. But we... He was betting, and then he bet 1,000, right?
Yep.
So I forgot how many chips we started with. It was like maybe 20. I don't even know, but it wasn't 100,000. It was like 20, 30,000 chips maybe. Because I think we started with 2 10s, I believe. So yeah, so
I think it was 20,000 plus you get the 2 red chips.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, the 20,000. So he went 1,000, and I forgot if the guy checked by mistake, like out of turn. So he was trying to season this guy who checked at a turn, so he raised. Huh. So then the guy re-raised him by like, he bet 1,000, the guy bet 3,000. I remember that much because I remember being like, oh God, the 1,000 chips are involved now.
Yeah.
And then he ended up catching 3 of a kind. So then he raises, and it's just, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it was my hand. Mm-hmm. But anyway, the guy ended up having a full house and he had the 3 of a kind.
Oh my God.
So he got brutalized. He was down to like under 2,000 chips. Like he was down to like nothing.
Wow.
Like it was like, this dude's done. He needs a miracle comeback. And Mike, he made it the comeback. He was at the final 2 tables with me.
That's insane.
It was rags to riches. Like, and he lucks out because it was very early, so the blinds stayed 100 for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, no exaggeration, he was down definitely under 5,000, but he only had hundreds and like one $500 chip left.
Wow.
So he lost all his $1,000 chips. Every denomination higher than 1,000 gone.
He's a big poker player. He actually set up a poker tournament style at his house. He's got a poker table in his.
Oh, you
his
did a little home game practice. Nice.
Yeah. He
Very
invited
nice.
me, but he lives an hour and 10 minutes away
one.
from my house. So
well, that's good. A very good ally to have with us.
Yeah.
And he did a great job, Mike.
Yeah.
He played great, and I think he had a good time, so I like that.
He did. He's definitely going to come back next year, he told me.
That was the most memorable hand. That wasn't mine. I have one hand I'm going to talk about in a little bit, Mike, and it's not even a hand that I played, but it's a hand that haunted me.
Oh, boy.
I didn't lose all my chips on it, but it haunted me for the rest of the tournament. But what happened to you, Mike?
Yeah,
I was sitting. I don't even know if I got my first scotch yet.
Yeah, I I think I was the third one out this tournament. The first top three to get tossed. I honestly, I know everybody says it. I just couldn't catch a break. I was going in on hands that, like, for instance, my last hand, I had to go all in. She had ace high. I had a pair of kings. And then she caught the ace on the river.
Happened. I mean, there's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah, I had to go in, and I had a couple hands like that where I had like a pair of sixes, and then all they had was a pair like a little bit higher or something. And I'm just
pair of sixes. That's your example. What do you got? Don't go with the pair of six example. I don't know, Mike. Maybe there were some other problems there.
I don't know why I got beat.
So that was your opus, was pocket kings getting beaten by the ace.
That's how I went down. Yeah.
Wow, that's ironic in a little bit, Mike, because the seat to the right of me was a guy. He had pocket kings. He went all in early.
Yeah.
Or he didn't go all in, but basically he raised, somebody re-raised him, somebody re-raised that person. And he was like, I gotta go, And he ended up having pocket kings. He was up against two people who had pocket aces.
Oh, my God.
And he ended up losing, and they split the pot, and it crippled him. And then he ended up going out. I ended up knocking him out, and he had pocket kings.
Oh, wow.
Or no, I had pocket kings. That was the irony, is he got knocked out by pocket kings.
Wow.
So it was the pocket kings were on our mind there. So pocket kings, okay, not bad, not a bad elimination.
Yeah, and I ended up getting eliminated right around the time your Uncle Ron did, so we ended up leaving at the same time.
Yeah, I heard you guys went and got a little sushi there.
Yeah, he was hungry, so I said, yeah.
How was the sushi? I haven't eaten there.
It's like Sushi Koi or something like that. It's over by where the Summer Shack was.
What was it? How was it?
Oh, it was okay. Expensive.
Expensive, yeah, you figure.
Yeah, like he got this dinosaur egg one. It was good. I just had one. But you got like two of these egg-looking things for $20.
So it's next time you go there, it'll be a celebration meal for something, a big win or something.
Yeah, I went low budget. I just did
low budget.
A tuna roll, a salmon roll.
You're not spending your whole wad at sushi lunch here.
Yeah, those were $8 a pop.
Yeah, so you still got whacked pretty good.
Yeah, California roll was the cheapest I got. It was $7.
There you go. So you had a nice lunch while I was battling it out, Mike. Mm-hmm. And long story short, we're not going to get into the minutia. I got eliminated at the final two tables. I think there was like 15 or 16 people left after me. I don't know, because I kind of left pretty quickly. And I don't know if they updated the video screen. You know what I mean? I don't know what accurate information I had. But final two tables I was. And I'm not even going to spend time getting into my elimination, because it was a classic. I was ahead. There was, kind of a coin flip hand. But there was one hand, Mike, that stands out to me.
Okay.
And it was a hand I folded.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't had a lot of great cards, but I had ace-king. And I did touch on the story before about how that guy had pocket kings, went up against the pocket aces, and it crippled him, and it ruined his whole thing. And he was like having so much fun with me, and then it ruined the whole thing. He got pocket kings, and it ruined him. So I had ace-king, and I ended up in a similar situation where I had one person being very aggressive, and I was ready to be aggressive back. I was like, I'm going to make a move here,
Yeah.
But I just moved tables. It was the final three tables at this point. But I just moved tables, and there was a couple guys at the far end I haven't played with that had big stacks.
Uh-huh.
So I had a lady next to me who seemed like pretty a straight shooter from what I was hearing her talk. She was trying to talk to me a little bit,
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I kind of think she has something good, but I think ace-king, I could go into a shootout with this lady. And the blinds were getting big, so it was like, I didn't have to go all in. I was planning on doing something, getting frisky, but when things heated up, I was like, am I really getting frisky?
Yeah, yeah.
So she was betting. She bet. I raised her. This guy went big re-raise over me. So it was, she bet 1,000, I bet 3,000, this guy bet 10,000.
Yeah.
Then she calls the 10,000 or goes all in. I think she went all in. She didn't have much more than 10,000. But her all in would have put me to the point where I needed to go all in. I'm not going to call and have 1,000 chips left when the blinds were close to that,
Yeah.
And so I knew that he was going to have to call me. I was thinking he was going to call me because he put that big raise in there.
Yeah.
He re-raised me. And so I folded like ace, king, they're offsuit. Ace, king, offsuit, because I was like, you know what, man? One of these two has these pocket aces or these pocket kings, and I'm going to be in a shootout right now, and I'm going to have two people calling me in a shootout, and one's probably got pocket aces. So I'm traumatized.
Yeah.
I was traumatized from watching that guy go up against pocket aces. And I folded Mike pre-flop.
Wow.
And because it ended up going all in, I got to see the other person. Now, this is the horrible part. The one person had pocket fives, Mike, next to me. So it would have been a shootout. They were ahead. I needed an ace or a king. That's kind of what I was expecting to be in. But the third party is where I was like, I'm gonna get, somebody's gonna nail me. Ace king's not gonna hold up. I get a lot of good hands that don't turn into anything.
Yeah.
And this guy turns over ace. I forgot what it was. It was ace 3 to 6, low ace rag.
Low ace rag. What
Because
is that?
it was nothing. The rag means ace rag is like ace nothing.
Oh, okay.
Because I had the king, so my king would have played. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I would have got to. I forgot how it would end, but I was like, I would have won that hand. And I could have went all in, Mike, basically tripled up, because I was close. The lady next to me went all in was close. It was like, I'm all in here too. I could have tripled up because that guy was so pot committed with his 10,000, and there was two of us in there. Maybe he would have folded with the ace six. Now that I look back, but if I were against her with pocket fives, that was the situation I was ready to. I was getting restless too, sitting at the table.
Yeah.
So I was ready to go all in. I was like, I could do this. And then once it was two people and how that other guy got creamed, I was like, he was sitting prettier than me. and two people punched him in the nose. But the only thing was he was the only guy with any outs. So if he caught a king, the aces wouldn't even have been able to catch another ace because all four were out.
Yeah.
So but that didn't happen. So I played scared, Mike. And, that ruined my game. If I tripled up, my whole game would have been different. I was playing on the defensive the whole rest of the way. And honestly, my elimination, I barely even recall it because I left and I was so excited to kind of leave because I was waiting for an opportunity to go all in basically for a while. Going around the table a couple times, and I fled, eliminated, fled. I did eliminate a couple people though. I eliminated at least 2 or 3 people because I was using my bounty chips as tips for the cocktail waitress actually because I didn't have any change on me. So the bounties help supplement my iced coffee and scotch routine. I feel bad sometimes now, but it's like you're in the casino, but it was so early it wasn't early. I guess it's 11 a.m. But
well, we didn't really start until like noon. It felt like, or
yeah. So
11:30.
I felt guilty though. People are drinking their morning coffee, and I got this pungent scotch, and because I got the 2 drinks at a time, I had to hold one in my hand the whole time, like a maniac. I ordered an ice black coffee and a scotch, and I took turns holding each one.
Oh my God.
So,
well, I feel like I just had rough hands, and I couldn't get a good hand because I would at least try to see the flop every time if I could.
Sounds like a sound strategy.
unless someone was like crazy.
Yeah.
And
You're trying to limp in. You want to see some cards early on. And that's the way to play. The blinds are low.
Yeah.
See some flops. You trap somebody.
So hands that I thought I was okay with, I always just had someone that was topping me, or they would go in too heavy and I get scared and just fold.
We're
chickens.
We're chickens. That's our downfall. We're chickens, people. But Mike, would you go back? Is the question. Play some Fargo Poker next year.
Absolutely, I love it.
Absolutely.
I'll be there every.
But that
year.
wasn't the whole trip. That's the great thing about Fargo, Mike. It is a poker tournament, but it's the funnest casino poker tournament you're gonna find. No stress. No one's fighting. We're relaxing. You get eliminated, and when you get eliminated, everyone claps for you. So. When it's kind of exciting when the tension builds and nobody's been eliminated and people start to get low at the table because your buddy Joe was low.
Yeah.
And Joe was like, dude, I don't want to be the first one out. And like if you get eliminated first, they give you the Idiot's Guide to Poker book. So the first guy eliminated gets that or whatever. Dummies, Poker for Dummies or something.
Yeah.
So you get the book if you're the first eliminated. So either way, Mike, we got the clapping treatment together at some point. Everyone that we were with got it. Christopher Martin, the game, got it. His buddy, your buddy Joe, we all got clapped out of there. And I didn't stick around to see the end of the tournament. I ran out of there to go get, play a little craps, maybe get a cocktail. And you and Uncle Ron, you guys got to go up to the hospitality suite, and you ran into Drew, who now is a Fargo regular with us.
Yeah. We went up there. Of course, Tracy did a great job making it so hospitable. I had cashews
it was
and pretzels.
very hospitable.
Yeah.
So you there were some nice cashews, but did you have a cocktail up there? Little Woodford.
Yeah, they had some Woodford Reserve. Me and Ron had a Woodford and a couple cubes. It's really nice the way they do that. They kind of let us almost into their home in a sense. That's where they're sleeping for the night.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. So pretty great people all around. I mean, the whole group as a whole, I would say, is very friendly and just great times.
And it's kind of fun going there, and then you bump into people that you've played with through the while you're going to the casino later or the next morning. They got the coffee and their Fargo tag.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun with that.
It was a lot of fun.
So, but it doesn't end with the poker tournament. We ended up. I think the next thing I did was I met you at Tuscany. You ended up going with Uncle Ron. You played some craps while I was still in the tournament. I was actually Mike. I almost forgot. During the tournament, I won $100.
Wow, how'd you do that?
On the final break before we were leaving the tournament, or before I got eliminated, like before we left, before I got eliminated, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go outside. I just want to throw $20 on a slot machine. I was bored. I just want to get out of there. You know what I mean? Because I was on the defensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me take a walk. So I put $20 in a slot machine, Mike. I hit a bonus round, and boom. I mean, I won $80, cashed it with 100.
Oh, that's pretty good, man.
It was like a sphinx, some sort of Egyptian tomb sphinx type of thing. I got a tomb.
Those games that I never know what's going on.
Yeah, one of those. It was no. You kind of would have got this, but I had a choice between do I want to do some weird multiplier thing or 20 free games, and I just said, you know what, we're going 20 free games because free games, anything could happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's 20 spins, yeah.
When I have the choice, I prefer free games. Even on the Wheel of Fortune, I'd rather get the free games and get $35 than just get the $35 because at least I had hope. You know,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
you get something good or another spin or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, we met at Tuscany.
Yeah.
And we had a little. I had a little tequila at Tuscany.
Me too. My friend Joe actually asked for whiskey, and I still ordered tequila.
Surprised
by
him,
accident.
yeah.
So.
I believe he said. I said anything other than tequila, and then Mike came back with a shot of tequila.
I saw you drinking the tequila, and it like stuck in my mind.
Gets you excited a little, you know.
Subconscious.
It sounds crazy, but having one tequila makes it like, you know, tequila things get crazy. Let's have some fun tonight. You know, open up a little shot of tequila. And we did. We actually sat down to a dinner for 6 at Tuscany, Mike. So we're going to get into we had a little poker review. Yep. We're going to get into a little quick Tuscany restaurant review, and then we're going to get into a little craps.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I've ate lunch at Tuscany. I've had cocktails at Tuscany by the waterfall in Mohegan. We ate inside Tuscany. For the first time, I never really sat in for a whole dinner before, Mike.
I never ate there before. I just had cocktails at that outside bar.
And I got to tell you, I've never seen anyone eat as much veal as you ate. You are like Jack the Ripper over there on the little veal, Mike. Mikey, what was the veal you got?
I got the veal Milanese.
The Milanese. Oh my God. I went to the bathroom, and when I was on my way back, I bumped into Uncle Ron. We had dinner with Uncle Ron out there. Our buddy Drew was there. Joe was there. Amanda came out. And we were, you know, they have the window into the kitchen. So we were watching the chefs cook. And they were cooking your veal. And they were dressing it. They put it with the pasta. And was there some sort of...
They do it like an arugula mix on top with the shaved cheese.
Yeah, they put the arugula on. I didn't realize it was veal. I didn't know if it was chives. I didn't know what it was. It looked beautiful. And I was like, I wish I got that. And then we sat down, the meals come out, and sure enough, The Millions was what I was looking at in the window, Mike. I was crying tears of joy for you because you ordered the Millions.
I gave you a little bit.
I know that, and believe me, I cried into my pillow that night that I got that forkful because I would almost want to order another portion of the pasta too. Awesome.
I know, it was awesome.
And then you had some Uncle Rom's veal parm.
Yeah, and then on top of that, Uncle Ron got the carbonara as an appetizer.
Carbonara, had some wine. I had a lobster smoked mozzarella flatbread.
It was awesome.
Ooh, the truffle mac and cheese. So anyway, Tuscany's wonderful. If you like Mohegan Sun, I actually enjoyed my Tuscany dinner. On the high-end pasta prices, definitely.
Yeah.
But if
you're looking at almost $30 a pasta.
Yeah, you got to go in there either saying I'm going to do a flatbread or do some apps. The $10 for the truffle mac and cheese was nice, though.
Yeah, that was really good.
You want to get something light and like a bottle of wine? Because the bottle of wine, what was it, like $30-$40? You saw a bottle of wine.
Yeah, there was one for like $32. So
yeah,
that's like $8
so if you want to
a
go
glass.
in there, you could get out for $100 if you go in, have an app, a bottle of wine, and...
My Millions was 42.
Well, no wonder why I didn't get the Millions. I didn't even look. I was splitting with Amanda, so...
Yeah.
42, really?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Ron's veal parm was 39.
I didn't even look. I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
Good thing I was splitting with Amanda. We had all sorts of other designs and splitting appetizers. Woo!
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So that's Tuscany. 2 thumbs up. You're going to spend a little money in there. You're getting the entrees, but nice atmosphere. Had a good time. Great service.
Yeah. Great place.
Very nice. And then after our wine, we actually got a nice little espresso drink too. Mikey got his own side espresso, a little lemon twist.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But I got some sort of espresso Bailey's Godiva chocolate concoction. I forgot what was there. There's a bunch of stuff in there, Mike.
Oh, I think I got Zambuca too. Now that you mentioned
You did get the Zambuca, yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yes, you had the Zambuca. So we were unleashed into the night
Yeah.
like wolves to the $5 craps table. So we ended up making it a $5 craps table, Mike. Last year's, it was like lightning in a bottle. What a great time we had at the craps table. This year, Mike, it was like we got into Mike in the ring with Mike Tyson, and we were like the guy that he beat up in like his third fight that had no idea what was coming.
Good way to describe it.
We walked up. Whoa, we got our money hanging out of our pockets. Last year, we ruined them. We're gonna have some fun. Everyone's squeezing on the table. We're getting our fire bets. I'm throwing nickels on the fire bet like a maniac. So, I actually sidebar, Mike. I skipped this part of the story, but after I got eliminated from the poker tournament, I played at a craps table for a $5 craps table outside the Bow and Arrow Sports Bar by the poker room before I met you guys at Tuscany.
Yeah,
and I met up with Amanda and Uncle Ron and everyone. Basically, everyone was separated, and I ended up hitting a 4-point fire bet.
Wow.
So I put a nickel on myself, hit the 4-point fire bet. I ended up leaving the craps table up. I forgot what I left up, but it was pretty good. I was like, wow. So I did lost in the poker tournament, but then I almost won my poker buy-in. Or actually, between my slot win and the craps win, I won my poker buy-in.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
I wish I put that together before we were recording so I could have had a more poetic way to go into that. But yeah, so I actually had a good time too. Poker was covered by my early morning gambling.
Yeah, wow. I love fire bets, man.
Yeah, then the late night gambling started and things changed.
Yeah.
We made it to the $5 craps table, Mike, and so I was in the last spot. I was number 16 on the fire bet. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm gonna stay here until we make it around the table, no matter what. And I'm telling you, it was choppy waters, Mike, and I almost didn't make it to my roll.
Wow.
I don't think you made it to my roll. You left before I even rolled, I think, because the wounds, you couldn't stop the bleeding from your wounds.
The bleeding was rough, yeah. I couldn't, I went in,
a little cocky, maybe.
Yeah.
A little cocky.
And I was trying to, I did my normal strategy, but it was just too many
You did a 3-point molly.
Yeah. And it was just too many, like, you get a glimmer of hope, and then it just kills you. And maybe I hit a number, and then, you just 7.
Yeah, one combat pays off, 7 out, and you're still out there.
You're still out, and it was just rough, man.
It was very rough. So I barely hung on. And the only reason I did hang on was because I just wanted to at least shoot, Mike.
Yeah.
So we had a good time heckling. There was a don't player from Fargo. So it's a Fargo table. So there's one guy, he always plays the don't every year. I should know his name by now, but I'm a total idiot. So we haven't really played. We didn't play together this year. I forgot his name. He has a nickname, but they call him the loser because he plays the don't, Mike.
Yeah.
And he was cleaning up. He was having a good time.
Sure.
But I was having fun heckling him, Mike. You were like a nice audience. Every time I was heckling the don't guy, Mikey gave me a laugh. Like somebody was 7 out, I look at him, I go, "You're really loving this, aren't you?" He's really, he's yucking it up inside. Oh, look at him, cleaning up, taking all our money.
We're all thinking it. So
yeah, everyone's thinking it. So it was actually fun to do that to somebody. So, and he was a good sport about it. But it's true, when you're the one guy playing the don't, you should be able to take a little bit of criticism.
Yeah.
You know, nice criticism, fun criticism.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mike, I was going to go. I rolled. I didn't lose my whole bankroll. Basically, I was down to the end of my bankroll. I did okay for myself, nothing too crazy. But our buddy Drew was on the other side of the table, Mike. And I might have had $25 left, $30 left, maybe $40. But I was down to just nickels in my rack. No beautiful green chips. There were no black chips anywhere. Yeah. Only red and white chips in my rack at this point, Mike. That's how bad things were.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to stick around for Drew. I put my $5 pass line bet, and I put my max odds, which was be 25, and he hit a point, Mike. So I'm like, okay, we're cooking with gas here. So then he hits it. So then he throws another shoot, bet at him again, hits another point. So whatever happened, however it went down, Mike, I went from my final $25, $30, probably 30 change. I think I threw like a hard something out there, did a couple things.
Yeah.
And I ended up winning back almost half my bankroll. I was up to like almost $200 by the time I left there, $150, $200.
Wow.
From what I bought in for at the table. And I only bought in once. It was like, I'm going to buy in a $5 table. And it was, it was down the tubes.
Yeah, it was.
It was like,
if I
wow,
only hang in
the toilet really flushed here on this one.
I literally had $10 left when I left the craps table.
I mean, I felt okay still because I won that back. And I had the win in the craps and the win in the slots earlier. But it was a nice way to end it, and I didn't even stick around. I had that big roll. Drew had that nice roll. I got out of there, Mike. I was like, here you go. I was going to cash out with nothing. I was going to keep the nickels in my pocket for tips.
Yeah.
And instead, I ended up winning half my money back. So that worked out great. And we had a spontaneous night, Mike. Mike ended up staying over in the room with us. We had no plans to be together at all. We were going to see each other at the poker tournament. Uncle Ron ended up getting out of there. He's like, I'm good. He got a different poker tournament. We had dinner.
He Ubered home.
Crabs wasn't good. He Ubered home like a maniac. So Mikey, I had a free bet in my room. Mikey, we played some slots. Mikey hit the Wheel of Fortune like a maniac. He was like Pat Sage. I don't know, maybe a Vanna White. I don't know who you are. You were hitting bonuses. We had so much fun on the slot machines. We did. I think we ended up being up $40 a piece or something on them. But $50. All right, there we go. $50 a piece on them.
Because I only had $10 left. I gave you like last $10.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was your last $10. So Mike, after a long trip, was down to his last $10. And he said, Cousin Vito, let's turn this into something. And we each bought $10 into a Wheel of Fortune machine. We had four spins on the machine. And Mike hit the bonus round. And it catapulted us into playing for like another few hours. We went back to the room. We came back down. But Mike, you were suffering from a food coma from all the veal, I think.
Yeah, too much food, yeah.
So we had some fun. We ended up cashing out and putting some cash back in our pocket. And then we ended up going to the high limit room. We said, let's take a walk in there. We played all the $5 wheels. And there's a couple machines in the high limit rooms that you could get. We were just playing a $5 max bet. Or not $5 max bet. We were playing a $5 bet, a spin with our bankroll. So we weren't sitting there playing $50 a spin. So there's nothing really that exciting. But Mike, we were at the machine. I had the machine set up, 5 lines, $1 a line. I hit nothing. And then Mike walks up and ends up nailing the max bet.
Total mistake.
So we had like $60 left on our ticket, but it was, if you won, Mike, you would have been the luckiest, most genius guy in the world.
Yeah.
And that lady next to us was like blowing the cigarette smoke, so we had to get out of there.
Yeah. So it was a $25 press.
$35 nightmare.
Yeah.
But that was basically the end. We had some big wins. We walked away with some money we put in our pocket, and we ended up going up to bed. We didn't really stay up that late.
Yeah.
We were up in the room maybe before midnight. I should have went and played more.
Yeah.
I kind of regret. That's my one. I mean, I don't regret it because I ended up having a nice Sunday because I woke up nice and early. But I did have a little regret that I felt like I should have had a third win. But it's tough, It's
tough to gauge.
So we'll see. Yeah, we're getting there. All right, Mike. So that's basically our trip report there. We both got eliminated from the tournament. Had some fun at Fargo. If you didn't go this year, you should go next year if I'm still doing the podcast because I have a blast. I'm going to go whether I'm doing this show or not. I'll probably go every year forever, Mike. And you know what I also learned? They do a bunch of events like that, Mike.
Yeah.
They did one out in Vegas. They do one in Atlantic City every April.
Wow.
And it's the same type of thing, and some of them are even bigger than this. They're all bigger than this. This is one of the smaller ones.
Wow, the same people run it?
Different people run it, but it's the same group members.
Oh, cool.
So it's like everyone, it's like a shared service of the group as people host these things and get deals for it and try to have, they have these poker meetups.
Oh, that's nice, man.
So yeah, FargoPoker.com. I had a great time. I'm going to, you know what, Mike, if I'm going to another one of these things, I'll let you know. Maybe we can head down to Atlantic City or something together.
Yeah, sounds good.
And we're going to learn a little bit about, because maybe I'll be getting I'm thinking of doing an Atlantic City trip this summer for sure, Mike, because I'm hoping to get some good tier credits when I go to MGM Springfield coming up.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
You want to jump into some Pigskin picks, and then we'll get into some information on the upcoming Thanks gambling event, Mike?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Cousin Vito's Pigskin Picks.
All right, Mike. It is Pigskin Pick'em time. It's actually a Cousin Vito's Eliminator Challenge on ESPN, and I'm paying $1 on entrant. We have almost 80, 90 entrants. I don't even have a count yet, Mike, because, I'm a procrastinator and we have time, and I'm good for it. But we're down to the last 15, 16 people here, Mike.
Wow.
And we have some heavy hitters. We have Mississippi Rob, a former Eliminator Challenge winner 2 years ago.
Jeez.
We have Atlantic City Jay. You know Jay from Atlantic City.
Yep, I know Jay.
Jay is still in there. You can bet on that is still in there, Mike. Mark and Dr. Mike are hanging in. They picked the Bills last week, and they won.
Uh-huh.
But I'm out. You're out. Our buddy Thornburg in here, Shady Brady 12, he's out.
Oh, wow. He was in as of last week?
Yeah, well, 2 weeks ago he went out. Sportsbook Tom is out, Mike.
Oh.
But we still have games to pick. And I'm not giving up. I know I'm out, but I'm still picking every week, Mike.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over the top 3 picks. And the best part is, Mike, on Cousin Vito's Eliminator Challenge, you don't have to pay to play. That's right, Mikey. We are going to go over the top 3 picks here for this week in the NFL. It is week 8. I can't believe the season's half over. I mean, a little less than half over, but Mike, I love football, and why does it fly by? I mean, actually, the whole thing, this whole life experience is like sand through an hourglass, but you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. It's already, what is there, 17 weeks? So, yeah, it is pretty much halfway.
Here we go. So we're going to go over the top 3 picks here. Mike, the most popular pick is the Minnesota Vikings at home against the hapless, helpless Washington Redskins. They want to run the ball. Last I heard, Adrian Peterson isn't doing so well and isn't going to play this week, Mike. They can't run the ball. They have Case Keenum, who's actually not too bad, but they're heading into Minnesota. Minnesota looks tough. That's the most popular pick of the week, and it's open for me, and I'm thinking of taking them.
Yeah, I think Vikings are a safe pick.
I like them too at home. The next most popular pick is the Dolphins not the Dolphins, but the Dolphins are heading into Pittsburgh, taking on the Steelers. The Dolphins are 0-6. Pittsburgh is 2-4. 22% of people are picking this, Mike. And I don't want to poo-poo it because I'm out of the Eliminator Challenge,
Yeah.
So who am I to say what's a smart pick or not a smart pick?
Yeah.
But
the Dolphins
Miami,
are pretty horrible.
The Dolphins are horrible, Mike, but with Fitzpatrick as quarterback, they can surprise somebody.
Yeah.
And they're still playing. They almost won last week. I don't love Pittsburgh at home. Big Ben isn't playing. I think Mason Rudolph's playing, but, it's definitely one that if the Miami Dolphins hung in this game, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I can see that.
So we'll see. We're moving on. So maybe you want to pick it. I'm going a hard no. And then the third most popular pick, Mike, is the Rams at home against the 0-7 Bengals. That seems like a good pick. I already picked them, so I can't pick it. But what do you feel about the Rams this week? At home, after a nice victory, trouncing the Falcons in Atlanta.
Yeah, I like the Rams. I just think that they've been inconsistent, so I don't know how much I could trust them. I say if you got to pick out of those 3 games, I would definitely take the Vikings.
Vikings, I'm locking the Vikings in. That's the most popular pick. I'm taking it because, I do like Case Keenum, and I feel like he can hang there. But the Vikings are tough, and they're at home, and they want to win their division. So I'm a Bears fan, and I still got to say the Vikings are going to win this thing.
Yeah.
Even though I would love for them not to. All right, Mike, that's the Pigskin Pick'em.
All right.
I think we did it.
Yeah, nice.
And before we hop into the details about Thanks Gambling, Mike, I just want to give you an update. I'm in a little podcast superiority pool, Mike.
Really?
I haven't really talked to you about it. I jumped in this with the 7-Up podcast, Due for a Win, the Better Life podcast, you can bet on that, the Travel Fanboy, and Vegas Confessions.
Cool.
We're in a bragging rights pool, Mike, and right now I'm sitting in third with 29 points. The leader is 7 out with 33 points. I'm tied in second with Due for a Win with 29 points. But I'm 14-7, Mike, against the spread. I pick 3 games every week.
Wow, you're doing great.
So I'm really excited. I feel very proud of myself that, it's tough because sometimes you feel like you pick the football games, you feel like you never win. Or, at this point, if I were doing all flat bets, I would be up on the season if I were at a casino, but betting on these every week if I were in Vegas or Atlantic City or something.
Hopefully it comes to us one day. I'm hoping.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. So, not so bad. I'm giving everyone an update since I started talking about it. I didn't totally jinx myself. I did make a bad pick this week, Mike. My 2-point pick, I had the Eagles covering against the Cowboys. They were only getting like 2.5 too, so
wow.
I lost that. That was a nightmare. But I went to bed. I didn't get to have to see it, so it turned out okay, actually. I woke up and was like, well, I'm still in second, so I just need to do it continually.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, so we're going to jump into a little bit of Thanks Gambling.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. That's right, Mike. We have a little bit of Thanks Gambling coming up, and it's going to be fun. We're heading up to MGM Springfield. So if you're in the New England area, I guess we're kind of a New England. We did Atlantic City though, but we're kind of a New Englandy Northeastern podcast here. Clearly, Mike.
Yeah.
We went to Mohegan Sun, had a great time at Fargo, and now Chris, who is at Fargo, he's hosting this event at MGM Springfield for my birthday. I mean, I'm going to go and I'm helping him. I'm gonna, But Chris is from Springfield, and you got to listen to his podcast, the Art in the Game podcast, artinthegame.net. So basically, what I'm going to review here, Chris will obviously be on the show before the event again, but everything I review here, you're going to want to go to artinthegame.net and contact Chris somehow, because he's putting this event together. He's got to hook you up with whoever the host is or whatever you're doing. I'm going to give you information on what's happening there, but he's doing a registration because we're giving away some stuff, Mike, and not just anyone could show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you got to be in Chris's group or a specific personal invite from me. So it's kind of, not that it's exclusive, but you got to at least go through Chris to go. You can't just show up out of nowhere.
On the day of, yeah.
Kind of like Fargo. You got to sign up.
Yeah.
Same type of thing. So to partake in the festivities. So anyway, I told you, Chris is a room rate, Mike. You know what rooms are going for on November 9th at MGM Springfield?
I have no idea.
They're going for almost $700, probably after fees and taxes. You're looking at over $700 for a room, Mike.
God.
There's not a lot of rooms at the MGM Springfield.
Wow.
A lot less than our casinos. And Vinny Chens was on a couple weeks ago, and he said he loved the rooms. They were interesting. He really liked them.
Yeah.
So Chris, he got us a room rate, Mike. So while the rest of the people in the world, they're paying $700, we're paying under $200 before taxes and fees.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing.
So I'm going up there. We got the room. So part of this is 2:30 p.m. check-in, Mike. This is still fluid, the location. So we're going to be going to a bar. There's a couple bars there we might be doing, depending on how the sign-up's going, how the vibe is, you know?
Yeah.
2:30 check-in at a TBD location. Free well drink for everyone that comes in and signs up through Chris.
Nice.
So for those who get their room, you don't have to worry about checking in, Mike. You come at 2:30, meet us at the bar, get your free drink, and your room is VIP check-in for you.
Wow.
So, Mike, you want to stay over, you don't have to go wait in line. You say, I'm going to go park my car, I'm going to the bar at 2:30, I'm going to get my free drink, and I'm going to check in right there.
Wow. Really
So the room's checked in. And we're doing a $100 slot pull, Mike. And you know I love the slot pulls.
Yeah.
You buy into the slot pull, so I buy a share into the slot pull. I want $100 in this slot pull. Whatever you do, you sign your waiver, $20 free slot play.
Wow.
So it's like you're getting 20% off the slot pull in a way.
That's amazing.
They're also going to do tier matching, Mike. But if you just sign up and you're nobody, you're like me or you, we don't have a big tier anywhere. We got our Caesar's Diamond. We can tier match that. But if you just go to Mohegan Sun, you don't play a lot, they're going to bump everyone up to their second highest tier. Or not their second lowest tier, I should say. But you go into Sapphire, they're bumping you up to Pearl, Mike.
That's
just
nice.
for showing up.
Yeah.
So it's not like a Caesar's Diamond where you're getting no resort fees. But you come to this event, you automatically have a higher status at MGM. Whatever that gets you, I'm sure somebody can tell you off the top of their head. I can't, because I've never signed up for MGM, Mike. I've purposely held off signing up for a day like this.
Wow.
Because we talk about it on the show. You want to get rooms. You want to get casino comps. And the best way to get comps is to play smart in their systems.
Yeah.
So they have their computer systems. They're measuring your average daily theoretical.
Yeah.
So I've never signed up for MGM before. So when I go play there, I want to give them a healthy play day. One of my healthier days,
Yeah.
Because I've never played there before. I don't want to go in there, sign up and say, oh, you know what? I had FARGO Poker. I spent all my money there.
Yeah.
That's not going to get me comps or open up offers that'll make me want to go back to Springfield.
Yeah.
So I'm going in with the mentality, Mike, that I'm going to have some fun in Springfield.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put in a nice, healthy play day, and hopefully, maybe I get down to the Borgata this summer.
Beautiful.
I'll be a Pearl
goals.
either way. I got the Diamond, so I'll turn my
gold.
Caesar's Diamond into the gold. Maybe I put in a good play day. Maybe I'll see you down on the beach in Atlantic City, Mike. Me, you, Sonia. You could bring the baby. We could all have a good time. We'll go out to a Bippa-de-Beepo. We'll have a good blast.
It sounds wonderful.
So anyway, MGM Springfield, Mike. So yeah, you're getting the tier match.
Yep.
And they're also going to match your slot play offers. So let's say you play, it's up to $100. Well, I'm not going to get into it. So they do a tier match. Contact Chris. Go to heartinthegame.net. He is our host for this party here. And we got some other stuff going on, Mike. The slot poll is going to probably be around 5 p.m. Still fluid, but around 5. So you check in at 2:30. You could get your room. You could have your room if you have a comp. You could stay at the Marriott that's a block away or the Holiday Inn that's a block away also. But you come to the bar at 2:30, sign up for the slot poll, get your room, go hang out, play a little, and then we meet back for the slot poll at around 5.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be at the bar. I don't know if you want to make a lunch date, Mike. I'm going to have my birthday down at the bar there that day. It's Cousin Vito's little birthday party. You going to have lunch with me at the Springfield there?
Definitely.
Like 2:33? I can count on you
great.
to come and have some lunch?
I'll be there.
All right, perfect.
Definitely.
I'll be at the bar saying hello to everybody. We'll be signing up for the slot poll, and maybe we'll have a big win at the slot poll, Mike.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That would be great.
Oh man. So stay tuned. I'll have Chris back on the show. Remember, head to artinthegame.net and listen to Chris's show. He has a great voice.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Well, that's pretty much the show this week, but I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Oh, wow.
I want you to come back here, Mike, to
Okay.
Make Luck Happen Studios. And I would like you to take a blackjack quiz one of these coming weeks. Would you like to do that with me?
Yeah, sure.
Have a little fun. You're a blackjack novice. It'll be fun. It's not, people love your quiz answers. You're really a very beloved co-host, Mike. I got to tell you.
Well, thank you, everyone.
Cousin, you should have your own spin-off Cousin Mikey show.
Yeah, no way. I don't
Right,
have the time.
you're good for 45 minutes every 2 weeks
Yeah.
to talk about it. All right, Mike. Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was that great time we had at FARGO Poker, Mike. I don't know if it's the Thanks Gambling event coming up where everyone, please come out. Stay at the hotel with me. We're going to have a good time. And head over to artinthegame.net. Head over to my website, cousinvitoscasino.com, makeluckhappen.com. And you can email me, cousinvito@gmail.com. I have a hotline, 1747-CASINO-1. I don't really push it much anymore, Mike, but, you can call.
Yeah.
If you want.
He checks it every
I'll
so
play it.
often.
Yeah, I think so. Unless, who knows? Maybe there's something wrong, and as people are leaving messages, and I'm just not getting the emails, or it's going to spam or something, and I'm getting all these emails. I don't know. Or not emails, the voicemails.
Voicemail
Because
box
I get
full.
some, but it's I don't really talk about it, so I hope people aren't leaving them. But you know the drill, Mike.
That's nice. Call.
Yeah, that's great. Really selling that. You know the drill, everyone. I forgot the drill. What am I supposed to do there? Oh, yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's me, you, the better life, all the fun stuff that's going on. Eric Rosenthal, whoever else, our buddy Vinny Chen's, Atlantic City, Mohegan Sun. I don't know if it's Springfield, but I got a funny feeling that together we're going to make luck happen.